Hello everyone, Silent here and welcome back to another episode of Bugrock of the Week. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few of the bugs that were introduced in the 1.14 updates for the Bedrock Edition of Minecraft. There's a lot of really weird and interesting ones, including another pretty massive one having to do with world corruption, and this one can give you some pretty beautiful loading screens like this one right here, which you may have seen. As you can see, it is utterly beautiful and I love it very much. Now keep in mind, I've already made another video on 1.14 Bedrock Edition bugs. If you think I'm missing anything from this video, or if you just want to see more 1.14 bugs, definitely check out that other video. Links to it will be everywhere. So let's talk about the biggest and most interesting bug first, and that is these weird error messages that you get up telling you that your world is corrupted and that you cannot load it, and or that you're out of storage space. I've had this happen several times, and I have a pretty reliable way to reproduce it as well. You may have seen these in your world, and honestly, as far as I'm aware, they are not actually that special. Your world is totally fine, at least from what I have seen. So the message that you might see is that you are out of data storage space and Minecraft is unable to save your progress. Minecraft will return you to the main menu to clear up storage space, and sometimes you'll just get some other error messages as well. But the thing that's interesting about these is that they completely break all of the textures for the menus, so you just get these beautiful black and purple error screens where it just doesn't know what texture to show you. It's really nice. It just replaces all of the main menu textures with these things. But lucky for us, I actually have a fairly easy way to reproduce this issue. So this right here is a world download and copy of my patron Bedrock server, and this world is 955 megabytes large. So what we can do is simply crank up our render distance all the way to 80 chunks, light the computer on fire basically, and then I'm just going to let these guys load in. And I've had this happen every single time I try and explore this world by flying around with an elytra and rockets. And as far as I'm aware, this only happens on like larger worlds, although there could be some exceptions to that. So I'm just going to fly around until we get this error message. Hey, there we go. Finally, we got it. It took like, what, 4 minutes? Not too shabby. So now it basically just interrupts the flying around the world and tells you that you are completely out of storage space, which I have like a 3 terabyte hard drive and a terabyte SSD, so I doubt Minecraft is going to fill up all of that in one go, but we will see. So now we're back on the actual loading screen, and as you can see, we're basically inside of the Matrix. It's very bad. The marketplace still works fine though, as you can see, of course it does. So all of these different menus have the same panorama in the background. It's completely messed up. As you can see, the icon for the servers also has the little broken texture icon, and that is pretty much it. So now if we go ahead and try and load up this world, it might work, and then again it might also tell us that there was an error loading it, or it might just set us back to the most recent save. We will see what happens. Yeah, there was a problem loading this world. Overall, not too big of a deal. There's the panorama fixed, and now we can go ahead and try loading this up again. I've never had this actually cause any damage to a world. You just gotta restart Minecraft and then you can load up the world again. So loading up Minecraft now, and everything should be back to normal. We can load up the patron server back up and we should be good to go. It is going to roll us back to the latest save. As you can see, we are not where we were when it actually crashed, but that is perfectly fine. The world is fine. As you can see, there are no issues. Everything's loading in, no corrupted chunks, and it's all good to go. But it is still a rather fascinating bug, and I do find it pretty interesting. I don't know, I just enjoy bugs. I want to take this opportunity to comment on just how good Riptide actually is. It's kind of insane. Like, we can legitimately get going hundreds of blocks per second, and it's kind of crazy. When you actually have like a good computer and you're not running on a realm or a server, this is by far the most fast way to travel. This is actually insane. And by the way, yes, it is raining right now. I have a texture pack to get rid of that rain. But Riptide, it's amazing. Invest in Riptide. So this next one is one that a lot of you guys have been reporting for a little while. I don't think it's technically a 1.14 bug. I think it's from 1.13. However, Ghasts do not get deleted or despawned or killed or anything like that in peaceful mode. So if we just go ahead and spawn in a whole bunch of these guys, it likes to spawn them right on top of you, doesn't it? Anyway, right now we are in hard mode, so let's go ahead and put it into peaceful, and you can see these guys are still around, still floating around, still being giant ugly marshmallows, and it's not a very good time. Luckily, if you are in survival mode, they will not attack you or blow you up or do anything, so at least that is still a thing. However, they don't get deleted, they still make the annoying marshmallow sounds, and there's not really much you can do about it. So the only way to get rid of them is to use, you know, kill commands or just kill them directly, and otherwise they're just going to be floating around waiting to be turned into s'mores. Next up, we have even more Nether Portal issues. I swear, they can never get Nether Portals right on the Bedrock Edition, but right now we're on Truly Bedrock. I took everything out of my inventory because I don't really feel like losing it today, and we're just going to go through a Nether Portal. Now, typically, these things will take like 30 plus seconds to actually load you into the other dimension, and this is what we've been having a lot of issues with on Truly Bedrock. We basically just like don't trust Nether Portals and haven't for like the last 3 to 4 updates. So sometimes they'll just like drop you at like, you know, 20 blocks up in the air. I had that happen in a recent episode, and sometimes they just won't load at all. Sometimes you'll crash as you're going through here. So as you can see, the game just crashed, and when I logged back onto Truly Bedrock, I'm a good solid 10 blocks away from where I should be, which is inside of the Nether Portal. So that's a little bit strange. And to clarify exactly what this bug is, Nether Portals are just extremely slow, taking 30 plus seconds for you to travel from one dimension to another, or oftentimes just crashing your client, making you have to restart Minecraft. And when you do restart Minecraft, you are not where you should be, making Nether Portals overall not reliable, not consistent, and very dangerous. This next one is actually a little bit interesting and pretty useful for secret bases, secret entrances, and all kinds of mischievous secret things. So as you can see, we're in this tiny little room in survival. There's no way out of here normally. All we got is a button and a trapdoor. But what we can do is we can press that button and run up against this trapdoor, and we'll actually glitch through the wall into another room. As you can see, it's a pretty sneaky thing, and actually pretty fun. Now, this doesn't work if you just like flick the trapdoor on your own. As far as I've tested, you have to actually have the button there, and it does take a little bit of practice. It's kind of an art form. It's not a 100% reliable entrance, but it does work. As you can see, we did it twice there, and then if we can get through this wall, you can see that basically it's a bad idea. Don't do this because it's definitely trapped. This next one is less than ideal and something that we've actually covered before on Bugrock, but appears to be getting worse in the recent updates, and this has to do with the shulker box physics and Pistons. So basically, when you have a shulker box loader or unloader, or anywhere that you break a shulker box with a piston, the shulker boxes can completely flip out and just go through walls, as you saw there, and ultimately that can result in the loss of your shulker box. So that was actually a really good demonstration, because it doesn't do that every single time, and sometimes it's kind of weird. Wow, 3 times in a row. This is pretty good. 4 times in a row. It doesn't do that every single time, as you see, but ultimately, it's a pretty bad bug. It needs to be fixed, and this has been around for absolutely ages, like 2 to 3 years. I remember trying to make shulker box loaders and unloaders way back when Better Together first came out, and shulker boxes have always had these issues and more when it comes to these kinds of technical systems, and it's just kind of painful. It would be nice if they fixed it. It's only been like 3 years. Can we get some nice features? That would be appreciated. This bug has been around for a while, but it's super annoying, and I really wanted to get it fixed. So when you're in creative mode and you go to shift click armor onto your player, as you can see, oftentimes it'll just straight up delete the armor, and sometimes when you're taking it off, this will happen. Prime example, you can just duplicate items like this. Look at this. I just got 3 pairs of pants and 2 helmets, and then of course when I go to shift click it back on, it all gets deleted. It's a super annoying bug. It's been around for absolutely ages, and when you go to like like enchant a full set of armor and then apply it to your player, and this happens, it's the most frustrating thing in the world. And look at that, it's like it's a full thing. It's so weird, this game. What can you even do? Real quick, let's go game mode survival. And it stops then. It's really strange, isn't it? This never happens in survival, luckily. Only when you're in creative, and typically you need a laggy world for this to happen. Of course, if you have experienced any of these bugs in your world, make sure to visit the description of the video and upvote the bug reports. Just giving a little bit of interaction to the bug reports significantly helps and gets them fixed in the future updates. Also, if you have any bugs that you've experienced on Bedrock Edition, let me know if a comment down below, or if you have any that you would like me to cover in a future episode, then let me know in the comments down below as well, and that stuff might end up in a future Bugrock episode. But without further ado, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope that you have all enjoyed. Of course, if you have, leave a like, it helps out the video and the channel significantly. If you want to see more episodes like this in the future, then make sure to subscribe, of course, and I'll see you all down in that comment section and in the next one. Thank you again for watching, and then there was silence.